Hi, this is Leslie Zemeckis again. Cooking through Corona for Shelter Box. The last time we met was Contagion Cupcakes. This time I was thinking, what would Marie say? She would say, let them eat pie. So I'm going to show you a really simple, delicious pie recipe. So the first thing you want to do is either buy your crust, if you can, which is fine, or make it. We'll put the recipe on. It's basically 2.5 cups of flour, teaspoon of salt, a cup of chilled cut butter, some ice water. You roll it out. I like to use a silicone pad and a marble rolling pin, which I also keep in the freezer. It helps keep it from sticking, and I flour everything continually. So I've already made my crust, so you wouldn't have to deal with all that. And I like to use a really deep pie crust, Leslie's famous pie. So you might want to half the recipe up. So I did 1.5 the ingredients just to fill it. So now what we're gonna do is cut up some apples here. And I'm gonna add some pears to this too. You can make it all pear, you can make it all apple, you can make it both. I happen to have some pears that needed to be cut. They need to be used, they're going bad. So I'm chopping them up, and I'm chopping up really thin. Okay, and you don't even need to peel these. If they're not organic, mine are, you might want to peel the skins, but you don't need to. Generally about 6 fruits. 6 apples, 3 apples, 3 pears, however you want to combine it. Do you hear my birds? Last time we showed you an insert of the birds. They're very loud. They're zebra finches. So I just do these as thin as possible, thin little slices. No big deal. And throw them all in one big bowl together. I know you might be asking, why do I happen to have a Marie Antoinette outfit on hand? Doesn't everybody? Okay, so to your apples and your pears, you're gonna add 2 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice, maybe a little more, we'll see. That's not good. I'll be back. So the other thing is a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. I actually am out of brown sugar, so I'm going to use coconut sugar. You could use regular sugar. It doesn't really matter. And this is the 1/3 of a cup. Oh, maybe just a splash more. I want 3 tablespoons of flour. Mix that around. Add a dash of salt. Well, they just dash. I don't know how much that is. Not very much. You don't need that much. And butter. I'm just going to cut up, cube a little, and throw in there. And then I'm going to mix it all together. Throw it in my pie crust. Bake it, and everybody's going to be so happy, and we'll be eating it. Mix all this gently. And if it seems a little too dry, you can add a little more lemon juice, but that should be good. Just mix that gently all together. Okay, and then now I'm gonna fill up my pie pan, and if it's not enough, I'm just gonna toss in some more apples. What this looks like, it looks like it'll fit. And you don't have to be precious about laying these out, just fill it up. I'm gonna mix in the apple and the fruit together, the apple and the pear together. So when you have a bite of apple, you'll get some pear. Some of these are cut up really thick, some are thin. It doesn't matter, it's all gonna cook wonderfully and taste very good, as Marie would say. up, up, up. Just rim to the top, all the way, all the way. Pile it high, because it's going to cook down a little. So I'm looking at it and I think, I could probably squeeze in another apple. So I will, and I'll just mix it up with the rest of the remains of the flour and the cinnamon and all that in my bowl here. Yeah, one more, that'll be good. My oven has been preheating to 425 all this time, so it should be ready just to pop in. We're gonna cook it for 30 minutes at that. So we're gonna reduce it to 350 and cook it for another 25, 30, depending. Again, I hate my ovens, so I have to just check them constantly. They're very, very inconsistent. Now that looks great, so I'm gonna add a little butter on top of all this before I throw it. Good. Then we're gonna add a little more butter. Break it up a little. Okay, and it's ready to go in the oven. There it sits, looking lovely. Leslie's famous pie. So there we have it, one easy to bake, delicious pear apple pie. Now again, I used lemon juice, but you could also cook it with wine. You could cook it with balsamic. You could add cheese to it afterwards. Play, have fun. And don't forget the ice cream. Let them eat pie.